Yes, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another review. We are still through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. You guys are not dreaming. We are back where we should be. We are back where we have been for the past 15 years as well. And we're here to discuss not just the game. We're going to discuss the future as well. We're going to discuss our hopes for whatever team we want to face in the semi-finals. Can Chelsea go all the way as well? We're going to be asking you guys this question as well. Once we've gone through our discussion as well, we're going to open the lines up to everybody else and get you guys a say as well. But for now, we got Wayne, we got Oscar as well. Wayne, first off, how's the night been for you? Because I can't lie, I slept like a baby last night. It's the best sleep I've had in ages.
Same. I hope to do it wet the bed. No, okay, I do it wet the bed, so it's all good. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was I just, the tension was on, but when the tension died down, it was a nice, relaxed evening where I slept like a baby, woke up with a smile on my face, and a buzz for the future.
Exactly that. We're in the middle of a massive week for us as well. We have the Manchester City game on Saturday. Wow, you really just paused that to get your fucking glasses on. I can't be arsed, fat man. Swear down. Oscar, as well, chat to me. How's your night been, bro?
It's been brilliant. I did have to pinch myself a couple times just to remind myself that we're in the Champions League semi-final, man. It's been a long time. For a long time for us Chelsea fans, it felt like that was just normal. You know, from 2005 or 2004 all the way up to like maybe 2010, 12 even. It felt normal to be in a Champions League semi-final, but because we ain't been there in 7 years, it was like, oh my gosh, we're finally back to where we belong. Do you know what I mean? Last night was a bit anticlimactic because we didn't win the game. And obviously the last minute goal that they scored was just a bit, it kind of knocked us out a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I had to pinch myself and remember where we are. And yeah, I'm buzzing, man. I'm buzzing. We deserve to be there. No one can tell us that we don't. We beat all the teams fairly. We're the better team. So I'm happy with it, man. I'm really, really happy.
Yeah, you and me both. Fata, obviously now trying to hide his face and everything. So we literally didn't see it 2 minutes ago. What are you saying, man? Are you good?
No, we're all chilling like last night. I have no idea why Rav was giving us a salty after the defeat last night.
Who?
But hey, it's just like rivals, man. Just giving us you can't win a Champions League. You will not win against Madrid and that. But hey, we're in the semi-final, man. It's been a long time coming, and you never know with us. You might never know. We might turn up against Real Madrid or Liverpool, and just shut them guys up. And I haven't had this much belief since we won that Champions League in 2012, and I just hope again it's kind of. It's like a deja vu if the 2012 is happening to us again this season. So, yeah, fingers crossed, man.
Yeah, you know what? You're onto something as well when you said that, because rival fans have definitely been getting on our necks. And I want to ask you guys this as well. With the run that we've had, is it looking a lot better than it really is, or does Chelsea need to be given a lot more respect? Because people are saying this is very similar to England's 2018 World Cup run, where they made it all the way to the semi-finals, but they never really got properly challenged against anybody big. Now, for me, we've beaten Atletico Madrid, who at that point in the season were one of the best teams in Europe. You've beaten an FC Porto side that knocked out Juventus and were very hard to break down over 2 legs as well. So me personally, I don't think this is any Fugazi shit, but I want to bounce this off you guys as well. Oscar, we'll start with you. Is this a Fugazi run, or should we be taken a lot more seriously than rival fans are giving us credit for?
No, it's definitely not Fugazi, man. We've been on a run, even outside the Champions League. We've beaten Liverpool, we've beaten Tottenham, beaten Atletico Madrid both legs. So I don't think anyone could look at this and go, "Oh, you've like." The England thing is a bit like, England won games on penalties and they did this and that, but like we've been the better team in both of those legs. I feel like the second leg was pretty much dictated by the first leg against Porto. So because we won that so comfortably, we were able to take our foot off the gas in the second one and just defend our lead. So I don't think anyone could really say that. And to be honest, I don't care even if they do. I would much prefer us being the underdog. I mean, I've still got messages from 2012 when we beat Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, and my friends messaging me telling me, oh, you're not going to win the second leg anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then we went and won that, and we won the whole thing. So when it comes to rivals fans, I would prefer they underestimate us. I'd prefer they say, you're not going to do it. Because to be honest, the only people that are saying that are people that ain't even in the competition. Probably Man United fans. It's probably Arsenal fans. So I don't really care. But no, I don't think it's Fugazi. I think we are truly defensively solid. We are everything we're showing. We actually are. Like, we're learning how to be a cohesive unit at the back and not concede goals, not concede chances. It's just going forward that I feel like we need to be a little bit better if we're going to unlock the better defenses, like potentially a Real Madrid or whoever we could face in the final if we were to get there.
Yeah, I get that as well, because though for the last two legs we haven't really looked that well going forward. I think the first leg was mainly due to Porto.
Echo.
So Echo coming from me.
Yeah.
Well, Echo's gone now, right?
Yeah,
this happens once every fucking stream. I swear down. And pops up out of nowhere.
Go on.
Yeah, like first leg, we couldn't really connect from the midfield to the attack, but that was more based on Porto's press, and they made it really hard for us. Second leg, I feel like it was more the way we set up. We set up a lot more defensively minded. With Kante in the midfield as well, I thought if it wasn't coming from Christian Pulisic single-handedly pushing the ball from midfield into attack, there wasn't really a lot of options for us anyway. But with the game that we had yesterday and with the 2-goal aggregate lead that we already had, we never really had to go out in the first place. So we didn't really need to flex any muscles like that. Wayne, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, basically, I'm going to put it in perspective is 2012, all the rival fans said we'll never win it. Our team was never good enough to even get through to the quarterfinals. We'll never win that. We're never good enough to beat Barcelona. We never will win that. We'll never beat Bayern Munich at home at their place, and we'll never do it. We'll never win Champions. We're never going to be good enough to be a Champions League winner. Look what happened. This year, we was never good enough. All Frank Lampard, what he did was all luck. There's nothing to it. We'll never be good enough. We're never good enough. And we played the reigning Europa League winners at their place and smashed them 4-0. But that's all fluke. We go on to play Atletico Madrid, the best team in Europe. We win that. But we're all fluke. We played a Porto side who's hard to break down, who are known to be defensively strong, and just beat Juventus, who have got one of the best attackers with Cristiano Ronaldo in their side. But now we're all lucky to win that. Whoever we face next is going to be another task, another hard task. But for me, it don't matter, because being the underdogs, being what we're going through, it comes to our strengths. Because that's when we rise up and we say, London is blue. And that's where it stands, and that's where we go. So, yeah, I'm buzzing. I'll keep the haters hate, because we're going to wise up to them. That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
Damn right, bro. Hey, Vitmus, it has been a minute, man. What are you saying, bro? How's everything been?
Yeah, man, it's been a while for real, man. It just been trying to take it easy, As you know, life is not always up. Sometimes it's down. So I've been, been trying to level it out, but, trying to make a comeback now, as I can see.
Yeah, bro, it's good to have you back, man. It's been way too long. We haven't even spoken about the game. We haven't even spoken about the tie in general. So talk to me about the entire tie.
I think the last time I was on, it was the draw day when we drew Porto. And
that wasn't that long.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think I told you guys that we were going to draw Porto and we're going to face Real Madrid in the semis, because we have not seen that before. No one have seen Chelsea played Real Madrid in the Champions League. So it looks like it's going that way. But, I mean, I've been watching the streams, though. Even though I've not been on, I've been in the streams and watching and listening. And I think people are they're saying about the game yesterday and how we dealt with it. But I think it was the right option by the manager not to push the players to their full potential, because we have already done it in the first leg, and coming up we have City on the weekend. So I think Tuchel managed the game well, and the players just did enough to get the team across the line. So, and the Georgina critics, again, I've said it, it's football. Not every time a player is gonna come out and give you a 10 rating. Yes, he was poor against West Brom, but if you look how calm and collective he was in the two legs against Porto, like no pressure. It's like he didn't care who or how many players were coming at him. He was cool in the midfield and man of the match again. So for Chelsea, so we just need to continue looking at the positives and move forward. You get me? And I think I think we're gonna beat Real Madrid if Real Madrid beat Liverpool. I think we have a chance to beat Real Madrid. I'm more scared of playing Liverpool in the Champions League than playing Real Madrid. I think if we play Real Madrid, we have a chance to beat them. But I've said this on Twitter.
You're more worried about the Liverpool game. Are you sure?
No. Saying if Liverpool were to come back and beat Real Madrid and play us in the semi-final, I would be more scared about facing them. Than facing Real, because Liverpool in the Champions League is on the next level. I know they're struggling against Real Madrid now with that first leg, but we have seen it before. Barcelona leading 3-0 and Liverpool came back, beat them 4-0. So you get me. But the last thing I want to say is that I think if we do win the Champions League, I said it on Twitter, it's gonna be just like how we won it 2012, where any team we play in that final, they're gonna dominate the hell out of the game. But we're just gonna still manage to win it. Just like that Bayern final we had. Because if we be completely honest, guys, PSG is through, man. And that's Mbappe and Neymar. Even though they lost that game yesterday, you see how many chances they had. Like, they had chance after chance after chance.
It was ridiculous.
So, and if we coming up against PSG, I'm not saying we can't beat them, but how they play at the moment and with Neymar and Mbappe, it's gonna be one of those games where it's gonna we're
walking into that one. I can't lie. I was just waiting for you to keep building it up. But yeah, bro, PSG's the team I'm really worried about. But they're on the other side of the bracket. And they're facing
City or Liverpool.
They're facing City or Dortmund.
Yeah, so they're facing Manchester City, but realistically, they could also get knocked out themselves.
They could.
I'd be worried about PSG, but they've got to do a job themselves. Their bracket is way more harder than ours is.
But do you know what would be interesting about PSG, though? If we were to face PSG, that's Tuchel against his former club. He knows those players inside out. He knows every single one of them and their weaknesses. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe it could be interesting. I wouldn't rule us out of that game.
No, but when it comes to, I mean, yeah, we know them inside out, but when it comes to just natural ability to get job done, like if Neymar comes out and Mbappe comes out and have an A+ game like they had yesterday, apart from not scoring, then it doesn't matter how good Tuchel knows them. It's gonna be about how good our players can defend against class players like that. Get me?
Yeah, but to be honest, defensively, we have been so good this season that I actually could back us in a one-off game against PSG. It would be hard, and I'm not trying to underestimate their attack in any way, but like, why wouldn't we be confident? I at least have some optimism about ourselves going into this game, because we can play defensively minded and go after them.
We could, of course. I'm not, as I said, we can win it, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be one of those nail-biting finals where we come out on top, but the stats and people will say, oh, PSG should have won, but Chelsea won. It's going to be one of those games because I think when we look at the way how Porto handled us, even though we beat Porto, I think Porto controlled the game a bit in the two legs. That they proper had the ball, moving it around, keeping us back on when they had it. So if you look at a better team than Porto with more class, and what if they come out and have a game like that against us, it's gonna be more pressure because Porto didn't have a Neymar or an Mbappe or a Kevin De Bruyne who could make things happen. They just had players that could, get the job done if you understand what I'm trying to say. So if we compare those two teams, like even Manchester City, with the class of players that they have to Porto, the way Porto controlled that somewhat of the game in some areas, if they had better players than what they had in their team, it would have been harder for us. Not saying we wouldn't win, but it would have pushed us more to maybe try to get another goal or something. We were just riding the wind yesterday. We already knew we won the game before. We was playing to the breeze.
It was all about game management yesterday. It could not come at a better time before the Man City game. Yes, I understand some people are complaining of how we somehow dropped the intensity level of the second half, mainly because we're trying to preserve our energy for that Saturday's game against Man City. But hey, it's like all in all, it's a solid like 90 minutes performance by these guys, and yeah, and we got like few days to prepare before Man City game, and City barely got like less days to prepare. It's give us a greater advantage in them, and yeah, I just hope like the last thing that we need from this now onwards is not an injury. So yeah, man.
Well, based on that, based on what Vit was saying, there's a question I want to ask. Like, simply, when we were under Lampard, right, we played a lot of big games this season. We drew with United, lost to Liverpool, lost to Man City, drew with Tottenham, which is quite uninspiring, and then we lost to Arsenal. So we were shambolic in those games, really, when you look at our record across it. Then when you factor in Tuchel since he's come in, we beat Tottenham, we've beaten Liverpool, we drew against United, beat Atletico home and away. And then beat Porto the first leg. So, and a lot of those games are clean sheets. So I'm thinking maybe even in those big games when we get to the next level, if we face a Real Madrid or any of the other guys, we are almost more suited to that just because we defend so well. I don't think any of those teams really wants to face a team that defends in the way that we do.
Yeah.
They would much rather face a more open team.
Yeah, this is the thing as well, because we were saying how we're worried to face Liverpool if they beat Real Madrid, because they'll be going into this with a lot of confidence. Couldn't that be the same way round for Real Madrid in itself? If they go and beat Liverpool and they're through to semi-finals, they'll be looking at it as quiet favourites anyway. They haven't really got that much of a spotlight on them compared to the likes of PSG, compared to the likes of, well, I was going to say Bayern Munich, but they got knocked out as well, compared to Manchester City as well. No one's really talking about Real Madrid. And that kind of worries me in itself, because if you want to talk about mentality, look at the club that's won 4 Champions Leagues in the last 6 years. If you want to talk about confidence and mentality, I don't even want to look at Liverpool, especially with the amount of injuries that they've had and the fact that they still have Kabak and Phillips as their back too. Right now, Real Madrid, if we face them, bro, like, I'm not worried, but I'm not going to get gassed or nothing. I'm going to be I'll be getting gassed if we knock them out. But I'm not confident in any way, shape, or form, because they're a fucking good team, you know. Especially compared to Liverpool. Like, if you watch it from the first leg, Liverpool had nothing on them. Absolutely nothing on them.
But, you know, the thing is, every Champions League game always is tough. No matter who it is, against who it is, they're always going to be tough, because you might not know the team, or they might play a style that's against you, or it could be anything. Thing is, how we're saying it about Real Madrid or even Liverpool. Liverpool's a bit different, but Real Madrid, they could be saying the same thing about us. Because the problem is, in Champions League, anything can happen. That's the problem. It's that sort of competition. Anything can happen. The thing is, we've got against above everyone else at the moment in Champions League is Tuchel's been there, done it last year in this sort of environment, and he got in the final with PSG. He's brought us in, and he's made us look defensively stronger. He's seen that. He's given license to Havertz and to Pulisic, Werner, DH, Mount, give them all them to play, to go do what they want to do up front to get the goals. Yes, we're not banging in goals, but only done it once. But if it clicks against Real Madrid, in their sort of team defensively, they won't handle us. But if they click against us with our defensive, we can handle them.
Yeah, makes sense. But they have players that can get goals out of nothing. Like as Lewis said, they're a good team. But I mean, now if I'm looking back, even though I said that I'd prefer to play Real Madrid, but looking at it now, Liverpool has a weak defense. Like, those 2 centre backs are not that good, and we have already showed them up in the Premier League, beating them 1-0. Could have been more, but we also should remember that Real Madrid, Liverpool has been struggling all this season. Even when they beat Leipzig, they were struggling, but they managed to beat Leipzig. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. So when they played against Real Madrid are what, like third or second in the in the La Liga.
Second,
So
3 points behind. Yeah,
they're second.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's an informed team if we're looking at it. So playing against Real Madrid, who is informed against Liverpool, or like they were like what 6 or 7 in the league at the time when they played them. So it's as you can see, it's a big difference. You get me? But I think we can beat Real Madrid, but it's not gonna be easy because they have the class and experience, and they have players that can step up. But Chelsea now, people are saying, "Oh, honeymoon period over, bro." We are not in an honeymoon period. We are actually just playing good football now because we have a manager that's actually getting to the players, and the players are willingly and they're listening to Tuchel, and it shows on the field where even when we lost against West Brom, I wasn't bothered at all. I know it's football. The scoreline bothered me, not the loss. Like 5 goals, that's what bothered me, but not the loss. Of course, no one wants to lose, but if you think about it, people have been saying, "Oh, Tuchel out," and I'm like, really? This man just went 15, 16 games without a loss, and because West Brom beat us, people are start murmuring. Maybe those are just fake accounts just built by other fans just to try to start beef with Chelsea, but I don't see. Yeah.
One thing you also got to remember is that Tuchel's actually handling these games very well. Because if you look at the Porto game, I think he did the right thing. Because you got to remember, I think the biggest game under Tuchel so far will be the Man City game because of the opponent. And if we win the semi-final, then we're most likely to win the final. No disrespect to Leicester and Southampton. So I feel like obviously it was a wonder goal from Porto. No one expect that to happen. You just got to take your hat off because it was a great bicycle kick. But the way we handled that game and how solid we were defensively and how professional we were in that game, just to get the job done and get out of there. Obviously, Porto didn't do us any favor trying to injure Christian Pulisic, but I think the way we handled that game, people got to give credit to Tuchel as well, because we've played on the front foot, aggressive, pressing, possession football, patterns of play, all of this, and he showed a different side when we were a little bit more pragmatic and we just wanted to get the job done and get through to the semi-final. And I feel like he had one hand on the Man City game. And that's why I feel like we didn't go all out. And that's why I feel like it was boring to an extent. So we got to give credit to Tuchel there as well.
Can I just say, like,
go through. I was gonna say yesterday's game, like, I know that we're dominating that midfield, all in all, but I think if you have to look in the second half, I think we start to drop our intensity level. I just think some players are scared to get injured before Saturday's game, and if you look on it like on a grand scheme of things, like we already 2-0 away lead. Like, what are we trying to do in that second half? I think we're trying to preserve ourselves. The fact that on Saturday, it's a much tougher test. That even though it's only FA Cup semi-final, but these kind of games, like, a lot of people are looking forward the most because Tuchel versus Guardiola are never ever happened before. Before this meeting, I'm not sure. It's actually the first time, isn't it?
No, they Tuchel
v Guardiola
in the Bundesliga. They played in the Bundesliga, man. Dortmund, Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but I forgot about
Didn't Pep leave when Tuchel came into Dortmund, or is that just me?
Ryan,
say that a bit louder. Can't hear you.
I said, I think Tuchel came into Dortmund after Pep left, because I feel like I think one of Tuchel's first games was against Pep in a pre-season. I don't know, that could just be me, but I feel like Pep.
Mainz as well. He managed Mainz against Pep by the team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he beat them once as well with Mainz.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I just wanted to say, based on the question about who you'd rather face, Real Madrid or Liverpool, I think ideally there's no wrong answer. Like, both teams are very, very strong teams. Both teams have their strengths. Both teams have their weaknesses. So whichever you pick, I'm not going to be angry. But the reason I would go for Real Madrid is just because when we were playing under Lampard, we went through that horrible form in December. All of us knew that wasn't our level. That wasn't the way Chelsea were meant to play. We had better players than the way we were playing. I kind of look at Real Madrid, at Liverpool the same way. Liverpool throughout February, March, they've gone through a horrible run of form, but they are so much better than how they're playing. You got to remember that in December they were still top of the league. Like they were still, even with Van Dijk injured, they were still the best team in the league up to that point. And then Man City overtook them when they went on that horrible run of form. I just feel like if those players wake up, they're gonna turn up on that day, and it's not going to be easy. A lot of people talk about Real Madrid's Champions League pedigree, and that's 100% true. It's there, but they ain't won the Champions League in 3 years. And when they did win it, Liverpool got to the final. So the next year, Liverpool went one better and won the thing.
They lost Cristiano Ronaldo. They lost Cristiano Ronaldo next year, man. That is
exactly.
Dan left, man.
But that's my point, though. But those things are still true. Cristiano Ronaldo is still not there. That team that won the Champions League with Liverpool under Klopp is still there. It's still the same players, other than those centre backs and maybe one or two additions. You know, they added Thiago in. He won.
I would rather face a squad the likes of Kabak and Phillips than I'd rather face Varane and Ramos. I could play against the likes of. I don't want to see what's called. No, Reece James is a good defender, but I'm not trying to see Vinicius versus him, man. I'd rather avoid that. I'd rather go against a team that I know that we can beat, man. This idea that they'll just magically turn up. Real Madrid can do that as well, man. Like for me, Real Madrid weren't even playing they were playing at 60% versus Liverpool, man. I don't think they'll go in 100%, man.
Nah, that's
I don't want to see where it looks.
You're saying it. You're saying it. You surely can't underestimate Liverpool.
Thing, but he's speaking a lot of facts and everything else. Like Real Madrid are a much more clinical side. They're a lot more dangerous to the ball. Liverpool have a much weaker defense. They have an attack that isn't clinical either and can easily.
Not clinical at all.
I would take Liverpool any day. The only reason why I think people won't take Liverpool is because the shame if we lose to them, and I can understand that. But why if we're thinking about the Champions League final, why the fuck are we worried already about losing to Liverpool? That shouldn't even be on our minds.
Nah, I disagree, man. I disagree. You spoke about like Real Madrid being clinical, and yeah, I get you. Benzema very, very clinical. Vinicius Junior is not a clinical player. Like he misses a lot of chances. And if you compare that to Mane on his day can turn up and be clinical. We've seen Mane get the golden boot in the Premier League.
Vinicius turn up.
That's fair,
but this whole season.
That's fair,
this whole
but
season they've all been poor. Like Mane's been poor this whole season.
And you
been poor against even the big games. Even the big games against Leipzig and what's called against us, man. There's been multiple big games that we've seen him, and he hasn't been clinical. This narrative that he magically just turn up now of all times of the season makes no sense to me, man.
Like I don't think that's that wild. That's not that crazy. Remember,
Mane has 4 goals this season, right, in the Premier League. Yeah. And half of them came against Kepa in the second game of the season.
Facts.
So realistically,
exactly.
You know what you also got to take into guys. Wait, guys. Yeah. See, the thing is as well. Everyone had the fear factor against Liverpool before this season. Everyone was like, we don't want to play Liverpool, and you could literally see it against Atletico Madrid. You see at the start of the game in the first leg, our players looked scared and anxious until we really got into the game. This fear factor now with Liverpool, it isn't there. You're going to tell me that we're going to have a fear factor against Kabak and Phillips. Everyone had a fear factor against Van Dijk and Matip and Gomez. Now, against Real Madrid, like it might be the same. There's not a fear factor there, but it's a lot. Our players will probably be a lot more scared than Liverpool, who they know they've already beat before.
Can I say this, right?
So the confidence will be there from the start.
Can I just say this? The thing is, I don't think we win that midfield battle. That's all I'm saying. I don't see how we can win that midfield battle against the likes of what's called Modric and Kroos. And it's not about the way. The thing is, style makes the type of game because what's called Liverpool play a high line, so Kroos was having a nice time just pinging balls over the top. But I still think they can beat us another way. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they can beat us in the same way. I don't know, man. But I've seen. I don't see what's called Liverpool. Real Madrid aren't a team that just ping balls up and top like that, man. They haven't done that since what's quite. I don't usually see them doing that, man. I watch them. They don't usually ping balls up top like that because for me they are a counter-attacking side. They know how to deal with a press. They can deal with a press, man. I don't think our press will actually hurt them. They can deal with a press.
But can I just say something quickly while we're talking about the teams? You know, we're talking about defense of Kabak and Phillips. Ramos and Varane are out at the moment of Real Madrid. And they've got a right back as a right mid attacking midfielder as right back. So they've got problems themselves. So it's an equal playing field. Any team, either or, they're going to have defensively problems. And let's be honest, right? Yes, you talk about the midfield, and I respect that. But you've got to look at the whole team. Real Madrid is not as strong as they was when they played Real Madrid, Liverpool in that final. They're not as strong as that. Yes, they've got a bit of quality here and there, touch, but they're not as good. So I'm not fear of either of them. They're not good enough this year to win the Champions League, in my mind.
The problem is,
how long are they injured for? Yeah, because you're right on that. But let me check their injury record. Because could Varane or Ramos be back for the next game?
I'm not sure.
Varane has COVID, man.
Lewis, you got a very good super chat that's just come in by Jester. I think you should read it.
Big up Jester saying, grow some balls. I'm not worried about Real
Ramos
Madrid.
got COVID.
Fans on there thinking the Galacticos are still there.
I'm not saying that.
Slow and playing B-Tech League. I understand what you're saying. I really do. But, bruv, compared to Liverpool are in a much worse state than they are. Way worse.
Kabak, Phillips, they have Thiago Alcantara, Curtis Jones, and Kenny Wijnaldum in the midfield.
But like Liverpool are on a worse run than Real Madrid. Real Madrid's like look at La Liga. Look what we did to Atletico Madrid. They're still top of that league. Like they're not in a strong.
They were 11 points clear at the beginning of the season, though. Real Madrid, yeah, they were scored. They had a bad run of form.
Why is that?
They had a bad run of form. Real Madrid had a bad run of form. You saw even because scored in the CL scored what's it called CL group stages. They see like 3 goals against Shakhtar. They were twice. They're going through what's called a poor run of form. They've turned up now. They've changed that around. They're on the up, man. There's only one way up for them. They have gone out of their bad form. Now Liverpool can do what Real Madrid do and get out of their bad form.
So it's not even an injury; it's just a virus.
But what if?
To be honest, that makes a question in itself because that's about the recovery from COVID.
COVID takes about 2 months, man. COVID takes 2 months to get used to, man.
But do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy?
Militao and Nacho are still better than what's his name, Kabak and Phillips, man. Come on now.
That's fine. But Real Madrid at their best have never been the clean sheet kind of team. Even when they're winning Champions Leagues, their defense is not the reason they win.
What makes you think we're going to create chances against a team like that, man? I want to ask you, man. I want to ask you a question there, bro. I want to ask questions there. You're because you're talking about how poor they are. Let's talk about us.
How poor they are.
I'm just saying.
Real Madrid. It's not even about how poor Real Madrid are. I think they're a better suit for us because they're the one team I think we can catch out. Same way Ajax caught them out last year and City the year prior. It's that right? Because granted, all their star players have 4 Champions Leagues. This isn't a. We might think this is the biggest deal to them, but if we come out with a certain intensity that we know we can play, press them from the front, make them make mistakes early and get a goal or a couple goals, they might just say, fuck it, I have 4 Champions Leagues. Toni Kroos has 4 Champions Leagues. The rest of them have 4. They're not as motivated as we are in terms of that, right? So, but they are fearful because they have clutch players. They have probably the most clutch players in the Champions League currently. Benzema, Ramos, Cruz, all these guys have come up. Modric have come up, clutch in the bigger games, Champions League games.
Can I say this by the way, man?
So that's my only fear. With them, they have match winners.
This idea that we can press Real Madrid, it's not gonna look good, man. Modric for me, one of the most pressed midfielders in the world, man. They can deal with the press, man. They're a counter-attacking team. Like they've been practicing pressing teams for the last 5 years, man. Like, they used to dealing for press.
What I saw from the Liverpool game is this: Liverpool did not nearly as much press them as they have like in their top pressing phase. We know we do, right? Every time we lose the ball. Well, Porto was different. We obviously didn't want to press them, waste energy in a game we already won, especially as late as the game went on. There was no point in us wasting energy, pressing high and pressing hard on a team that we've already beat. But when we face the next team in the semis, we're 100% going to press like we usually do and get turnovers, in their half. Real Madrid, yes, they can handle the press. Most teams can, but most teams, you still make mistakes, even though you can, and they're good players. Like I said, they're older players. They're all older. They're all over 30 in that midfield. I think Casemiro is the only one under
29,
30, 29, right? So they're all over 30. They're older.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're the better team for us.
Yeah,
you got to think as well.
I agree, man.
Hold on, Kazi.
Yeah.
Come on, man. My guy, when name Dan, him have a good point, bro. That Real Madrid team cannot keep up to a press That's how we are playing right now. Those man cannot press us the way that we.
How do you know this, by the way? Are you confident in that, man? Are you confident in that?
Bro,
Are you confident? Are you confident in that, man?
Bro, when last you watch Real Madrid play, those men are not. They're just gonna close space. They're just gonna fill pockets. They're not gonna run at you and force you to go back.
Yeah, they don't press like that. Midfielders not
Kazi,
press.
like I said in the chat, Styles,
They can outbeat a press. They can outbeat a press, man. I'm saying they're a counter-attacking team. They know how to do it for press. Even though Liverpool didn't press them, you can say the same for Owen against Liverpool, man. They're pressed. They don't press, man. So they're gonna allow us come up and and try to press them. Modric can outplay a press. Cruz can outplay a press, man. This idea that because they're old people, sure they're old. They're not as good as they used to be. I'm just gonna say that they're not as good as they used to be. But these people are underestimating the likes of Cruz and Modric, because they're 30 years old. For me, it's just silly.
I don't think it's underestimating them. Yeah.
We're not
Casemiro's still 29, I think, or 27. He's still I think he's the engine of that team. But you also got to remember, guys, look, I'm not too scared of Madrid, For me, it's more about I'd rather play Liverpool, not I don't want to play Madrid in it, because I think we can still beat Madrid, It'll be hard, but we can still beat them. But Liverpool, you got to look at it. If we're speaking about not motivated, the Klopp system has been there for 3 seasons of continuous pressing, and they still play that stupid high line. And we've got out with it. Like, come on now, man. And we've got a number on them anyway, so we're not gonna have the fear factor anymore. We're gonna go into it with confidence. And Liverpool are a broken team this season.
In my opinion, bro, I would rather to play a team that have not played before than to go up against someone who can sit down now and say, okay, this is how they beat us the last time.
Yep.
Let's change something, and it might hurt us because we might go in the same way we did the first time, and then Klopp might change something and it might work in their favor. So
Can't we do the same for them though? Can't we do the same for Liverpool? You don't have to show to change something to make sure they can't score.
Kazi, look at what you just said.
Liverpool we beat
Real Madrid.
So against Real Madrid, who have not played us before, who have to feel us out in the game to see what we're made of, than coming up against a Liverpool team that we're playing in England, bro. No travel, Anfield. Even though Anfield has not been.
No fans, Witness, man. Come on now.
No, they've not got no fans.
I get what Witness is saying though. Like he has a good point in that they know. Listen, Mane and the rest of them, they know our players inside out. They've played them several times.
We know their players as well, though. We know their players as well.
Hold on, but what Oscar was saying earlier in terms of them turning it up. Now, if they make it through to the semis and they're playing a team that they know very well, right, and they have confidence, they can beat us. No, mind you, both teams can definitely beat us. This isn't an easy game.
With Liverpool, they're going to have more that they need to do as well. Right now, they've got a really favourable run to the end of the season. It's going to be even more favourable to them if they aren't in the Champions League. If they are in the Champions League, they now have to worry about the semi-finals as well. Granted, we have to, but we're still way more in the driving seat than Liverpool. If we do our job for the rest of the season, we will finish 3rd place, not even 4th. We'll overtake West Ham. We'll overtake Leicester City. So for me, I'd rather we face Liverpool, not just for the Champions League, and because we've already beaten them. We know how to beat them, and there's weaknesses in their team that we know how to expose.
Exactly.
Louis.
All right, Louis, let me put it to you this way.
Hold on, we just want to pitch something quick. Louis, how much time have we beaten Liverpool in the last 6 seasons?
In the last 6 seasons?
Great question.
Last 6 seasons. Or 5 seasons.
I know exactly what you're saying, but you've seen the rise of Liverpool in the last 6 seasons. This season, they haven't been rising.
No, they're rising. They're in a downward spiral, man.
No, but
listen, it's not that simple, man.
It's juju, bro. You guys believe in juju.
Hold on, bro. Listen.
Go on, Victor. Go on.
We are talking about Liverpool, bro. As Chelsea fans, we are talking about a team that flourishes in the Champions League when it comes to cup nights. I don't care if fans are at Anfield or not. I have been watching football for so long and watching Liverpool in Champions League, and they are never a team to underestimate in no area.
I know. But when they talk about Liverpool in the Champions League, what do they always talk about? They talk about Anfield and the fans getting behind them and being the 12th man from the first minute to the last.
The 12th man.
They haven't got that.
They've lost like 6 home games in a row. You
You
know,
got to think
Six
about
home
it as
games.
well, yeah.
But it is not the same this season
With the
because
fans.
they are
Right.
they don't come back from 3-0 down against Barcelona without the fans. They
Yeah,
don't
but
have
if they make
without
it
the
tonight,
fans.
though, like when
They
I
don't
was
have
talking about,
they don't have Roma 5-2 without the fans. Manchester City 3-0. Why was Man City so shook going into the game? Because they battered their coach on the way to the bus and the Anfield crowd in itself. They don't have that this year. That's why I would want us to face them because that factor's gone. Everyone's afraid of Liverpool in the Champions League because of their fans. It is the fans. They're always on their back.
But Liverpool in the Champions League with Chelsea, right? How many games have we won in Champions League against them?
How many games we won or how many ties have we won?
How many ties have we won in Champions League against Liverpool?
2.
We've won our
When we
last
play against them.
ties against them.
Yeah, but they've also beat us twice as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, they beat us twice as well. One on penalties, one with a ghost goal. But they've beaten us twice as well.
But I'm saying they've got a good form in Champions League against us as well, so they're going to be positive if they face us.
One thing I will
They
say
weren't
about
positive
that,
when you beat them
you
1-0
know what the
though.
common
We've
denominator
never beat them out.
of all of those ties are? Whatever team plays at home in the second leg usually goes through. Liverpool went through both times when they were at home in the second leg and they had the fans on their side. We beat them both times. We had our fans on our side.
But
So
now
what's
it's
the
about
denominator? The fans.
For me, one of the points I was making earlier is about if Liverpool randomly turn up and play like the team that they are, because they've just been on a bad run of form for the past 2 months. It's not who they are.
Serious.
And
If
wait,
it's 2 months though, is it form?
It's been 4.
Yeah,
it's been,
it is because
even
you
the
have to
beginning, of the season though, they lost like
Nah,
7.
form is like
Villa.
3-4 weeks.
Kazi, it don't matter. They were top of the league in December. Do you remember they beat Tottenham at Anfield and everyone was like, "Oh, Liverpool going to win the league again." Like they are.
Top of the field because everyone was
amazing
the
home
season was
crowd
horrible,
lost
bro.
6 home games in a row.
Lewis, here's my issue, right? Liverpool can end up in the situation we were in 2012. Like you were saying, they have an easier run-in, right? They can lose their next game and then have no choice. Like if they win this game 4-1,
Right,
and
but
go
we're
through,
saying like this is 2012 reincarnated for us.
yeah,
So-
but what I'm saying is this: if they lose their next game, they know they have no chance of Champions League football through 4th place. Now, then all their eggs are in one basket. Like we're saying, they have an easier run-in, so they might be able to focus on both. But if they lose the next Premier League game, all they have is the Champions League.
I know,
Win
but
the
that's
Champions
what
League.
Liverpool-
It's the same for us though.
change the fact that their attack can't finish for shit, or that their defense
Exactly.
is going to be open up and cause a lot of mistakes for them.
But you also got to remember, yeah.
I just feel like we can hold Real Madrid to a 0-0 at their house and get like a 1-0, 2-0 win.
Maybe they have Liverpool though.
Against Liverpool, I feel like it's going to be
for Real fucking Madrid.
no. I'm not confident. I'm just saying
It's not about confidence. It's
I'm
not
just
about
saying it's an easier. If you're giving me either one, I think we can pull off a better 0-0 job or 1-0 job against Real Madrid, who have older players who already have 4 Champions League. We don't take into account motivation. Motivation is a huge thing.
All the players
I
are
know,
more
man. I'm
experienced,
sorry,
and
man.
still,
Daniel,
there's
I
the
can't
same
have that, bro.
three that have played together for years. It's
I
one
know,
of the
I know.
best
Daniel,
trios in
Can I just say this
football.
real quick, by the way? Can I just say this, yeah? Why are you guys saying Oscar motivation? They won't be motivated anymore. Like, this is the same team that played. I'm sorry, you play for Real Madrid, man. If you're not motivated, you're gonna get sold. As simple as that, man. They've like for me, yeah. If they even try and do that, man, the Real Madrid fans, man. Do you
There are
understand?
no
the Real Madrid
fans. That's another thing. There are no
but
fans in the stands right now.
I'm talking about it just in general, man. Not even in the stadium, man. I'm not talking about the stadium, man. I'm talking about as a whole, like social media and and everything, man. I'm talking about everything as a whole, not in the stadiums.
You're talking about the mentality
can
of the
slack.
club in general.
No, Kazi, you're 100% right. But when I look at tonight's game,
motivation, they can't happen, man. Motivation, man.
Hold on, Kazi. When I look at tonight's game, yeah, if Real Madrid get a 1-1 draw at Anfield and they go through to the next round, it's going to be great. But if Liverpool overturn that and win like 3-0, the wind is in their sails. They're coming out and they're going to be confident again, like they're the Liverpool that they were a few months ago, and they're gonna be a better team for it. Like they just got a last-minute winner against Aston Villa. These things build up in your confidence, and they start feeling like who they were. They got a point to prove. Every single one of those players has a point to prove.
But you got to remember as well, yeah, Liverpool, yeah, a lot of their players benefit off the system, like a lot. So if Klopp wants to change his system to beat us, yeah, then his players might not live up to it because they're just so used to the same system and they can't adapt to a different one. I don't think there's so many players in their squad that can. And if they can't do that and they have to put all their eggs into one basket, into that one system to play us, then we can easily beat them because their press is disjointed. It's not the same as it used to be. They still play a stupid high line, which our players thrive off. So you get me. So I think one thing as well, these guys said that Liverpool have already played us.
911.
Go on, Ryan.
If Liverpool have already played us and they want to change the way they play to beat us because they didn't work last time, then how are they going to change their system when they got so many system players?
Klopp doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying
he doesn't change nothing, bro.
They faced us in January. How many injuries did they have going into the game? They played the exact same system. They played a massive high line against us, and it got exposed how many times?
Facts, man.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
Klopp will never change the system.
Lewis, I'm saying he's damned if he do, and he whatever that is. But anyways, yeah. Fam, I'm not good at that Shakespeare and stuff. Anyways, yeah. So if he wants to keep it the same to beat us because it's going to benefit his players, like the midfield and the attackers, and we can beat them because of their stupid high line and their press is now disjointed. It's not the same as it used to be, plus the injury. And if he wants to change it to try beat us, then how is his players going to adapt to that and try to beat us? We are in form as well. We have to look at ourselves as well. We're not conceding goals. It took a bicycle kick for Porto to beat us. And other than that, we look solid defensively.
But you still can't create chances, man.
Klopp won't change the system. And if he does, his players won't adapt to it.
Don't you think we're a bit casual in that game, in the second half?
Well, us.
We were, but
we were just solid defensively. That's it. We didn't. Tuchel's flexible as well. You got to remember, yeah. If we're 2-0 up and we want to sit back against Liverpool and let them have the ball, which they're not good at breaking down low blocks, then we can easily counter them with their stupid high line as well. Like, come on now, Werner and Havertz and Pulisic and all our fast players who we complain every week that they can't break down low blocks.
I would be surprised.
That would be.
Don't bring up Werner, bro.
Kazi, if you want to play against Liverpool, then guess what? Werner starts.
Yeah, Werner does start. Werner will score. Werner will score
that
like
shit,
he did in
bro.
the last game.
Yeah,
not if Pulisic continues this type of form, he doesn't start.
Exactly, man. No one that German.
I'm not getting carried away.
No, he's had the last 4 games have been good. He has the same problem Werner has, which is clinical. Like this last game, he should have had at least 2 couple goals. Because he had very clear-cut chances. Right? So whoever is playing in that role is going to get chances, be it Werner or be it Pulisic. The question is, who's going to score it?
For me, Pulisic, man. Pulisic was the best.
Come on now, Werner knows that they're going to play a high line and he's going to be waiting for that chance.
Bro, we had him against Leeds, bro, and the guy made a goal line clearance. Come on, man. He made a goal line clearance.
Let's not get on Werner right now.
One at a time.
Let's not forget who carried our attack at the start of the season now against Liverpool and who got a goal that should have been allowed against Liverpool.
Bro, I don't care, bro. I don't care, man.
One a penalty. Look, in all our games against Liverpool, Werner has actually played all right this season. So,
can I just ask the panel something, please? Right?
Yeah. Let Wayne speak.
Right. 2012. Yeah. When we got a draw for the semi-finals, who didn't we want to face?
Barcelona.
Why didn't we want to face Barcelona?
Because they were one of the best teams in the world.
Who is it? Who is it a choice between? I don't remember.
It was Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern.
Yeah, and the reason why we didn't want to face them was because our defence weren't looking as strong, and our front lot weren't scoring many goals. And look what happened. We won. We got through. We faced Bayern Munich at home. Then we got told we didn't want to face them. We weren't confident because we didn't have our strength. We had to play our left back, Ryan Bertrand, as a left midfielder. And we only had 2 central defenders, but one just passed fit just on that day, and he looked like he wasn't going to play. And we still won. So let's forget about our defence, all that. Truth is, at the moment, whoever we face, they're going to be more fearful of us than we're going to be of them. And it shows in and it shows in the odds for the Champions League. So we're now second favourite behind PSG.
Really?
At the moment, if you look on the odds, we are PSG or Man City. We're second favourites at the moment, 4-1, and it shows by if you look at the panelists at the moment, they're all saying how good a chance we have got to win it this year. So let's get more happy.
It's completely different from 2012. Completely different from 2012.
Now, that team had experience, had been in semi-finals consistently. So at the very least, they know how to handle the situation. And we're facing a team that is levels clear of potentially anybody at that point. That's meant to be one of the best teams in footballing history, let alone one of the best teams at that point. Chelsea now, we have a very inexperienced team. They have never been at this point in the competition before. Never even touched it. We haven't been in the semi-final since 2014. So I wouldn't want us to face a team that's been in numerous finals, let alone semi-finals. At the very least, I'd like us to face a team we've already faced and we've already beaten.
Yeah, but Lewis, don't you think it's not the same Real Madrid team? It's just the same club. Like they've got a couple of players.
The mentality stays the same with Real Madrid. Because they always push through the same things. With us, we've kind of gone down a little bit, and now we're going back up. Which is why
Lewis, but that's recent. After every Galactical run that they have, they always have a huge dip. Like we forget in 2008.
You want to speak about mentality? They're in the
2008 onwards.
They already have in their squad.
The slot you guys.
Yeah, but guys, look, we've got Thiago Silva who knows how to get to a Champions League final. We've got
played one last year.
Exactly. We've got players like Kante and Aspi who are experienced in the Champions League. We've got a player like Ziyech who knocked Real Madrid out of the Champions League. Like he's been to the semi-final.
Lewis, Aspi played in that 2014 team. Lewis, Aspi played in that 2014 team though.
Wait, Dan, I can't hear Lewis. Sorry, what?
Right. So we have two players of experience, Ziyech and Silva, in getting to the semi-final and the final. We've got Kovacic, who's the most experienced in terms of everything that he's won as well. Aspi, he got to semi in 2014 as well. You've got Kovacic, who he's got to finally won it with Real Madrid.
He was a bench player though.
Get into this midfield as well. Which is what all I'm saying is that Madrid, we can beat them. I'm not saying we can't. Yeah. But if you're going to ask me who I'd prefer, it's Liverpool by a mile.
Everything you just said about Madrid, I can say for Liverpool. Their exact team won the Champions League and got to the final the year before.
Yes, but they're the ones on the decline right now. Real Madrid aren't.
That's fair.
That's the difference.
Lewis, you were saying
we can beat both sides, but
Lewis, you were saying that 2012 team was the same team that got to semifinals. It had certain players like Lamps, Cole, and Drogba and Czech, but everybody else, and Terry, but he didn't even play. But everybody else was, you had your Ramirez, your Bozingua, your Cahills. You had, even worse players than we have now.
We had our full players.
But I think we're going to the Liverpool game the same way, the Real Madrid game the same way. Real Madrid, like Barcelona won 2 of the last 3 at that time, like 1-1, lost, and then won, right? So they had two Champions Leagues. Same way now, if we're facing Real Madrid, we're facing a team who just won, several Champions Leagues. Motivation is a huge thing. We were so much more motivated than Messi, Xavi. Yes, they had.
That's not fair.
Their team was so much better than us. That's not even. It wasn't close. But the motivation to win it, because we never won it at that point. And now, out of all the teams playing, the hungriest is probably us and City for it right now. Right?
PSG,
how do you know they're hungry? Remember, they're always hungry, man. Remember, they're always hungry, man. Stop this motivation, man.
Because
you
have to take that into account. History matters.
They won 3 UCLs. Why didn't they compete? They won 3 UCLs, bro.
Yeah, but how did Ajax with kids beat them then?
Because they were better. They were just better than them on that night, bro.
No, they were not.
Them,
You can't tell me
yes,
that
they
Ajax
were.
was better than Real Madrid. They were just
You
not
say,
motivated. We just won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Why do we care?
Man. No, I'm sorry, man. They were better. They were better, man. Ajax were better, man. That season, yeah, that whole season, yeah, Real Madrid were going through what's called a drop in form. That whole thing, they lost Ronaldo.
Hold on, guys.
They lost UCL.
No matter how good, no matter how good Ziyech and Frankie De Jong are, they're not better than Cruz.
Yes, but when you were going for a dip of form,
that's a system, Ajax's system, and they had the perfect players for it. Like they had an amazing team that season. They were 30 seconds off the final.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Ajax was
Let's
better
not
than
shit
Real
on that
Madrid.
Ajax team.
I'm not shitting. No, I'm not shitting on that team. I'm comparing their strength level to ours currently, and I'm saying they were a very young, inexperienced team. No one on their team at that point had reached that that level of a final, quarterfinal, semifinal, nothing. Same thing you're saying about us now, Lewis. They were in the exact situation, right?
We're so poor though.
They caught off guard. They caught them off guard, meaning like their intensity, their level of play was so high that Real Madrid didn't expect that.
Daniel, do you understand what was happening with Real Madrid that season? Real Madrid that season.
Last match of them. Who was
That's
that
a valid point.
manager at the time?
Real Madrid, yeah, that season, yeah, they were going for poor form, man. They could barely score goals.
Okay, but Kazi, what you're saying is Real Madrid were in poor form when Ajax beat them. Last season, they won the league and they got battered home and away by Man City. They are a beatable team. They've never been the most defensively solid team.
Wasn't that just a massive Varane disaster class?
That was disgusting. Yes, that was disgusting, man.
Legs, did they beat him both?
We made fun of him, bro.
Man City beat them 2-1 both legs.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't even.
Home and away.
Fair enough.
What I'm saying is, against Real Madrid, we just have to catch them off guard in one game. The other game, we'll just sit back and just frustrate them. Like Kazi said, they're not a team that comes at you. They wait for you to come at them and counter. So if we don't counter, what happens? Break us down. They probably can't.
We're more worried about the name than the team, I think.
No, I disagree, man.
You see, the thing is, I'm not even scared of Real Madrid.
I'm not scared of.
I just rather Liverpool than Real Madrid. That's my thing. If we get Real Madrid, I think we can beat them. But I feel like we have a way higher chance of beating Liverpool than Real Madrid, and I'd so rather play Liverpool than Real Madrid. That doesn't mean I'm scared of Real Madrid, but that just means I'd rather just play Liverpool, innit? That's the thing.
Playing Liverpool unpredictable, bro. But to me, Real Madrid, it's a hard one. At the end of the day, guys, any team we face in any one of those teams we face in the semi-final, we just come up against them and come out the same way we did against Atletico Madrid on those 2 legs, and we'll be through. It doesn't matter who we play right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I know this is totally irrelevant, right? But on the One Football, the Slavia Prague guy got found guilty of the racist thing.
Oh, did he?
10 game ban.
Yeah.
Great news.
Fair enough. I big up the super chat as well, saying goals conceded: Bayern 10, Paris 11, City 2, Chelsea 3, Barca 10, Real Madrid 11, Dortmund 11. Have faith in our defense. No one's saying.
Is it the way how we play though? It's the way how we play though.
Regardless of who we play, it's just I still think Liverpool are the easiest option out of the pair. But regardless, I don't think anyone's saying anything about our defense. If we go to the final, it's number one going to be because of how strong our defensive system is.
Yeah.
But Hazard played today.
Regardless, I think everyone in this panel are worrying about our attacks. I can't.
Flips it.
I would say
no Hudson-Odoi attacks. You know how it is. When my boy plays, we create chances. When he don't play, we look boring going forward. That's how it is.
Look, guys, I'm going to represent Johnny here. Don't worry, the Hive is here. Mason Mount will win us it. Don't worry.
Oh, where's Johnny even here? Oh, get that Hive 19 though.
The thing is, with the Hudson-Odoi thing, it's just something where the manager is trying to manage a game because Hudson-Odoi is better going forward, but not good defensively. So whenever Tuchel plays Reece James, it's just about giving the defense that other help, that helping on at the side.
Mate,
So
Vinicius Junior, bro. Vinicius Junior.
I'm not gonna lie
one
though, I
more
think he
end
should have
product.
taken off
He's gonna get
Pulisic,
no end
man. I don't know why Pulisic played the whole game. This guy was gonna get injured. Like, he had 11 fouls, yeah. I get the Pulisic, but bro, we have like a big game on Saturday. So I think Hudson-Odoi, yeah, before the game initially, I thought Hudson-Odoi should have started left wing because
Why?
Pulisic, yeah, I can't lie. I was surprised he played a full 90 because he kept getting like clipped. He had 11 fouls, and every time he got fouled, I was just praying for his hamstrings, man. So yeah, but nah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
at
but
the end
the
of the
thing is,
day,
Pulisic yesterday, he was our best player holding that ball up and getting
Yeah.
them fouls.
No,
So that's
yeah,
why
I
he
get that,
stayed
yeah.
on, because
I get that
he's
point.
breaking the play every time, and Porto couldn't get into the game because of that, because Pulisic was too good for him.
But you got to look at the bigger picture. We need that against City even more, yeah. And I feel like, especially with like Pulisic's injury record, yeah, I didn't really want to see him play a full 90, to be
You
honest.
reckon he's going to start against City?
Yeah, he needs to start against City. He's like the first name on the team sheet for me against City, to be honest.
You see the Pulisic saga thing. It's for me, the manager wasn't wrong to leave him out there. It's something that Pulisic needs to overcome, bro.
Yeah.
You get me?
You can't overcome injuries.
What do you mean?
Like, for hamstrings are weak, they're weak.
I would take off Pulisic at that game at some point.
Yeah, but you can bring him in. You can start the Man City game and injure in 10 minutes as well.
Yeah, but it's gonna help a lot more if he like doesn't play.
No, but the manager
was trying to injure him, Vitmus, bro. They were on
no,
a
we
mission.
know that. He's our number 10. He's gonna be tackled like when Hazard was there, the most fouled player. It's just football. People take players like that out of the game because they know what they can do. But I'm saying Tuchel wants Pulisic to be our in and out winger every match, and that's what he wants. And if he's gonna be injured at the end of the season, the manager is going to make a decision and say to the board, like, Pulisic is too injury prone. We need to get another winger that can play every game.
All right, Lewis, read the super chat first, man.
No, because Lewis won't be happy with the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm on mute again. Can't be asked. Big up, Goam saying Porto match recap. Christian Pulisic Hazard level abuse. Reece James further finished Trent's international career. And Thiago Silva bench. I can't be asked, bro. Bro, you need to stop with this slander, mate.
Castrated Cahill. Oh my, that might be my burner account, you know. I was joking.
Love anyway, bro.
He's funny.
I will be real. Castrated Cahill's the best slander name I've heard so far. As well, saying let's focus on what's likely. It's probably going to be Real Madrid. The same points of why we want Liverpool is probably going to be the reason why Real Madrid beats Liverpool again. Yeah, probably. Like we want Liverpool because they're the easier option, but that's probably why they won't make it that far anyway. Yeah, I hear you.
What we'll say is whoever wins tonight will show us a lot, innit? Tonight's game will show us a lot. Because if Real Madrid lose, none of you can tell me that team is as invincible as you're making them seem. You know
I'm not making them invincible. I'm saying what's called. I feel like you're overrating what's called. You're underrating Liverpool. Underrating Real Madrid and overrating Real Madrid.
But you agree with
the other
me.
way around.
If Liverpool can turn it around, then you agree. And if Real Madrid batter Liverpool, then your point makes way more sense. So tonight we will see either way.
Yeah, definitely. I hear that as well.
I wish it was Hazard versus Trent, man. I'm so annoyed, man.
We'll end up seeing Hazard v Reece James, and that'll be a massive test for Reece.
It will.
I can't lie. That's actually going to be interesting.
When is he going to be back?
I think he's going to probably be back for this week's game, innit? But for the La Liga game, that's what he said. What is it? Granada? No. Grande? I don't know, innit? Something like that. He said he wants to be fully fit, innit, before he plays. And he has like a Belgian physio that he's training with, so he's fully fit.
I'm ready to come back to the bridge. I can't be asked.
If he rushes himself, it's just not gonna be worth it. He's not.
You know what I want to see though? Hazard versus Kante. Kante, man, marking Hazard. That'd actually be interesting, you know.
It's already happened in the World Cup.
I don't want to see Hazard play against us because he'll do some bullshit, and I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
His best Madrid moment could potentially be against us. I don't want that.
Reece James will pocket him. Reece James will pocket him.
Yeah, he'll be featured on Sunday against Getafe, though. He'll be featured.
It won't be Reece James.
Silva will play, bro. Don't worry. Christensen will be learning from the sidelines.
Also,
Christensen will learn practically the way you should best.
But I don't think Christensen will play. When I look at our team, you know, when you're talking about experience and players that have done it, I think we need to play Kante, Thiago Silva throughout, like every single game.
Facts.
Maybe not Kante in it, but Thiago Silva.
The castrated, what's it called? Gary Cahill can stay on the bench, man. Nah,
Look what you've done now. Now everyone's going to be running with that.
What is it? Castrated Kante.
Don't worry, because you got to remember, against Real Madrid, if we do face him, Kai Havertz will just proven why he's better than Bergkamp. It's all good.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That should be illegal, man.
Wait, what?
Hey. Behave, man. Behave. Respect that.
Jorginho. What performance as well from Jorginho yesterday? We ain't even gone into that. Should have taken.
Do a Reece James one. TAA, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Oh yeah.
Give me half an hour when the stream's done.
Lewis is
I didn't even know why I haven't done a Reece James one yet. I've gone through everyone so far.
You're gonna have if we go far in the Champions League, you're gonna have the whole squad by the end of it because we need top tier performances from everyone. Like we're gonna need it.
And also because we're trying to go into top 4 as well and get the FA Cup. This is where our depth comes so handy.
Yep.
I don't mind
the stream not even allow that many pictures.
Experience because we could still be playing Christensen in the league matches, and that just shows how good our depth is that we can run with 2 different back 3 sides in both games.
Alus, what's it called? Is Kovacic going to be fit for Man City? Well, the hamstring problem.
Apparently he's going to be out. So we got Jorginho and Kante again.
Oh yeah.
Bro. You know what's mad? I thought Ziyech was gonna play, because whenever Kante plays, Ziyech normally plays like apart from the Southampton game, the Man United game, the Liverpool game, the Atletico game, like every time Kante is playing, Ziyech is normally playing, so I was a bit surprised.
Do you know what he might do at the weekend? He might drop Kante.
I dropped the super chat to say Mendy needs one. Cool. That's happening.
Nah, I'm sorry. Mount and Jorginho isn't you don't test that against Man City, man. Kante as well, he performs in the big games, man. You got as much as he might have flaws to his games, when he plays big games, he always turns up. I
think some of you guys are disrespecting Kante a little bit, and let's remember, he might be not the Kante that we all know in the past, but he's still Mr. Reliable though. Right?
Mr. Reliable.
No, it's just what means his injury because he just got back.
Nah, he's good at progressing the ball, but sometimes he's not one of them technical midfielders. Sometimes he doesn't have his head up, so he's good at progressing the ball because he's so small. He can just run past people, but he just needs to get his head up a little bit more. Because there was one time where he ran through and Mount was through on the left-hand side with Havertz, and then he gave it to Mount and it was a Chilwell or something. I think he gave it to Havertz, and Havertz tried to fight it back.
That was horrible.
That's the thing with Kante, innit? You love him, but
to be fair to Lewis, you did mention that before the game. You were saying that when we're in possession, Kante's not the best, and we saw that in the first half. He had 2 opportunities to play in a good ball, and he just didn't do it. We could have killed him.
That's the thing, because I've said it's a revolving circle with him where he breaks up play amazing. Even under pressure himself, he's amazing. It's just when it comes to releasing the ball or finding players, it just struggles. Or even when he's pushing the ball further forward, his touch seems to get worse the more he pushes the ball forward. I don't know if anyone else noticed that either.
He's not good for
that. Definitely.
Listen to me.
Hi, Besters, your boys Oscar, your boy's getting sent for now. Just to say, sorry, got to return the trigger. Cho played his best position yesterday. Tail back, get your tail back on the bench. Oscar, what's your thoughts?
I mean, what are you even saying? We scored no goals yesterday, and we got dominated in possession the entire game. How can you brag about that? I don't really get it.
Yo, I'm gonna add something quick about the Kante saga, bro. Kante had a terrific game against Atletico Madrid. I don't know if we forget that already. And he was getting back to his best. And he got injured and he's now coming back again, trying to get back there. We keep going, having a go at Kante, man. Yo, Conte is Conte, man. It's just one of those games, bro. Look up, bro. There were instances where Pulisic had opportunity to pass clear balls, but instead he over dribbled and went for another touch and tried to go past another man instead of playing ball through to Kai. It's football, bro. We can't pin every time we go to Conte, bro. No one had no complaints or problem with Conte in the Atletico Madrid game, where he had one of the best games in his career. But it's football, man. Come on, man. Yo.
I know, but I always tell you the Atletico game, their midfield was trashed at 90 minutes. I give Kante's full credit for the performance. I'll never take anything away from it. He had a man of the match performance. It was so poor. Even over both legs, it was so bad.
Yeah, but still, Atletico Madrid, who's the top team in La Liga and who were leading Real Madrid and Barcelona by 9 points at the time. So, Conte had a brilliant game. Like excellent. So I don't know, bro. I'm backing Conte to the end, bro.
Yeah, I'm with Vitmus on this one. I mean, he was man of the match probably against Liverpool as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he was excellent. The Liverpool game that we won 1-0, Mount's goal. I mean, Mount got the match for his goal.
He was not.
Yeah, let's be real. Who man of the match?
AC
he was
Danish Maldini as well. Thank you, guys.
He was not man of the match, man. I disagree.
Also, big up the AC Highs.
Nowhere near man of the match.
Johnny, what are you telling me, bro?
Yes, what's happening, guys? How we doing?
We're in the middle of this big debate: Real Madrid or Liverpool. Who do you want to see in the semi-finals and why? And who should be most confident against? Actually, that's the real question.
I've said it from day one. I want Real Madrid. And the reason I want Real Madrid is, I know they've got all the quality in that, but for me, a Liverpool on their day, their front three can be lethal and can kill us.
All right, guys, so, I have to go. Yeah.
Oh, big up, Kazi.
Yeah, see you guys in a bit, man. I can't hear this waffle, man. Sorry, Johnny.
Go and have your beans on toast, Kazi. Go and have your beans on toast, man.
He's the only guy backing me on this as well. I can't be asked.
What's that?
Okay, me and him were thinking the same thing. It's like let's not underestimate Real Madrid too much because
people. Scott and Dagger on your side.
I'm not going to underestimate Real Madrid.
Though. I'm on my ones.
I'm not going to underestimate them. But what I will say is, I just feel that because we're not conceding goals, if we're tight, I just think, and you sort of pack in their midfield, so you stop the Modric and the crew sort of controlling the game. I can't see where their goals will come from. So I think we've got a young, energetic side against an arguably an aging Real Madrid. I don't see why not. Whereas Liverpool, there's a lot of history there with Liverpool. A lot of history. Klopp they're just unpredictable. Listen, Liverpool are in the position
the goals have come through.
When we won, and we had to win it to be in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like Liverpool, that's their only route to get in Champions League. I don't want to play a team like that. That's dangerous. Regardless of what form they're in, it's a one-off 2 games. Like, form goes out the window for me. So that's probably why I'd rather go with Real Madrid. And on top of that, I think I want to play a Real Madrid. I want to play I don't want to play a British side. I want to play a European team, Spanish team. Yeah. I want to. It's a glamorous tie. I don't want to play shitty Liverpool, man. It's just going to be a horrible game, 2 legs to watch. Real Madrid, it's just got flair and finesse about it. And if our young kids go and beat Real Madrid's, the Modric's and all these players, I mean, that's, you know what I mean? You're going to have so much confidence going into the final. It doesn't matter if you've got a PSG or a City or whoever it is. I just feel like, and also Tuchel's never lost to a Spanish side. I mean, the odds are in our favour.
Well, as long as Mason Mars
big up Gohan with another donation saying he had better passing in 5 minutes than Mount had in 85 and we lost. But that doesn't mean we don't need minerals. Mount starting every single game.
Mate, listen, Money Mace has got all the minerals we need to go and win. For him, I put out the question. I put out this question. I said, look, if Chelsea get top 4 and we win the FA Cup, and we win the Champions League, and Mount scores, is he not worthy of the Ballon d'Or?
Oh my gosh!
You've got to give him a chance.
There we go.
No, I'm being serious because if Haaland doesn't win the Bundesliga, right? All right, and he doesn't win the Champions League, and only Mbappe wins French league, right? And doesn't win the Champions League, but you can arguably say that they've got more goals and all that, yeah?
Johnny, why do you do this to me?
Johnny, I can't believe we're actually having this.
Johnny, why do you do this?
Hold on, because it's very interesting. Because if a Mount does all that and he still doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, I don't know what the criteria is. Is he just banging goals?
Do you know what he would have to do, man? What he would have to do?
Johnny, he needs to surpass 20 or 30 more players on the list.
Yeah.
Before
but the thing is,
is that not an achievement? Is that not an achievement?
Johnny, in order for Mount to even be in the top 5 for the Ballon d'Or, Chelsea would have to win the Champions League and he'd have to win the Euros with England. That's the only way he gets a sniff in there. And if he's the best player on both teams, he's not one of the best players of the year this year. Let's just rein it in.
Yo, man, them pop out, you know.
I think he's got a chance.
Take care of it,
Oh, big up Vitmus, bro. Big up Vitmus.
Big up.
I mean, Lamps didn't win it when we won the FA Cup.
Oh my god!
How is that Messi? Is that Messi?
Beautiful. That's money.
No, I know it's Mount, innit?
Big player.
It's going to be like the Modric one.
Big player. I can't wait to lock up Modric as well, man. We'll lock up Modric nicely.
Modric is already
the best player in the league.
Yeah, he's locked up, but officially to really put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I hear that. You need the rest of his brothers in there.
Yeah.
Johnny, would you play Miss Mars at post? Would you play Miss Mars at post 10 though?
Post 10. Do you know what? I read up on the false 8, man. I read up on the false 8.
Don't read that bullshit.
I've read up on it. And to be honest with you, all it's really saying is that a number 8 is not just a box to box. Well, he's an attacking 8 that tracks back and defends, right? But to me, that's box to box. So you know, I mean, it's just another flashy word or term to say, you're a flared box to box number 8 midfielder. But for me, Mason Mount's got an opportunity to play in the pivot for me going forward. He's got minerals to do it, or in a midfield of 3, sort of sitting deep, progressing forward. But yeah, man, he spoke. Did you hear Tuchel speak yesterday? And he said, and I really like this. He said, "Look, we're a very young side. We've only had a couple of players score like their first ever Champions League goal, and you've got." You know, your Neymars, your Mbappes who they've scored their 100th or 50th goal in the Champions League. And it just shows that, look, we're a young side, but we're going to fight. We know what we need to do. And we're learning on the job, gaining experience. And our mentality, they can they can press and they can run and they can fight for as long as it takes because they're a young side. And I think he wants Real Madrid. I don't think he wants Liverpool. I think he wants a Real Madrid.
He said it himself.
Yeah. So
what did he say? We're gonna get Real Madrid anyways.
He didn't say he wants Real Madrid, but he said he would prefer the European side, so it feels like a European tie rather than another Premier League game.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Interesting. Have we ever played Real Madrid?
No.
Yeah, we have back in ages.
No, we haven't.
Not in the Champions League though.
Not in the Champions League.
1997, we haven't faced them. Just
I
facing
want to slap Zidane's bald head. That's what I want to do. I want that guy to lick his wounds. He took our best player, all right? He took our best player and ruined him. Absolutely ruined him. The whole club ruined Hazard. I want that player. I want them battered.
And Courtois, you've got to
I feel like the race change will injure him.
I'll back Real Madrid just to fuck Thibaut Courtois over.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's got to bend to him.
Yeah, we've got to bend Courtois over. Teach him a lesson.
Man. I need Courtois packed in.
Imagine Timo Werner bags a goal against Courtois. The seeds.
Yes.
You see this false 10, yeah? I can't lie, I've read up in it, yeah? Apparently, yeah, no. Apparently, yeah, I got a player that's perfect for the false 10. Perfect, yeah. Apparently, it's a 10 in it, but he doesn't really do anything. He just runs around and makes runs and opens up gaps. I say we play Timo one of them, and that is the perfect position for Timo.
We got Alonso.
Nah. Not Mount. I've got to have a bit, but you see, like always banging on about one and making runs and opening up for the defense and dragging defenders. Apparently, that's what the false 10's meant to do in it. So
what midfielder right now, European or world football, can play like Mason Mount in the sense that he can press, he can pass, he can score goals from outside the box. He scores clutch moments, right? He can play left wing, right wing, cam, 6, 8. Name me a player that can do that, man.
On my life, you never miss a beat. I swear down. Any hole you
what we need if we play Real Madrid is that Ziyech free kick.
Johnny.
I pick up Henry Joseph saying Danish Maldini will win the Champions League, score the winning header in the final and win the Euros with Denmark with 0 goals conceded. And then he is going to the Ballon d'Or. You're damn right.
Let's go.
I'll drop any AC prop on the dot. Let's go. If he does all of that, then he's going for the Ballon d'Or nomination. I can't lie.
I can't argue with that.
Nah. Oh no.
Money Mace or AC, who we taking, lads, for the Ballon d'Or?
Oh. It's got to be for the flair of Money Mace, innit? It's got to be. If he scores in the final, a winning goal.
You know,
I hear you, Johnny.
You know, it'd be good
man.
against Real Madrid.
The Ballon d'Ors, let's be real, lads. It's just about winning trophies at the end of the day. That's the biggest thing you can do. And if Mount pulls up with an FA Cup and a Champions League in his back pocket, and Haaland hasn't even won a trophy, man, because Dortmund aren't even going to win anything in the Bundesliga. Same thing with Mbappe. The PSG may not even win a trophy this year. I think they won the French League Cup. Sorry, but
exactly.
Yeah.
So then you've got Lewandowski for just the Bundesliga.
Exactly. Nah, but the thing is, they don't even like the English. Do they even like the English players? Like, they don't like the players from
but you can't argue. Like, you'll know if it's a fix. Because I remember, I swear, Messi was by far the better player individually than Ronaldo 1 year. But because Ronaldo won the Champions League and he won, I don't know if they won the Liga, but he definitely won the Champions League.
What did Michael?
But it won't fit the image. They need to have a Zimbabwe there.
Could have been the Euros.
Nah, they won't give it to Mount. Come on now. But I remember as well, yeah.
2016.
Ronaldo also had ridiculous stats as well. Like, he didn't just have his name. He had ridiculous stats. Messi had better stats, but he had crazy stats and he had titles. There is listen, I love Mount, and maybe in 2-3 years, but he has a chance of actually making it into the Champions League Team of the Year, maybe. But talking about
forget all that nonsense, Daniel.
Talking about him winning the Ballon d'Or, there is absolutely nothing that he can do to win Ballon d'Or this year. Nothing.
You don't think getting us top 4, winning the FA Cup and Champions League?
Are you hearing yourself?
I'll give it to him.
Exactly.
Top 4 doesn't win you a Ballon d'Or.
But you got to look right. Look, the criteria as well is also you got to look across the whole season. What role has Mount played for the team he plays in? As well as it's not only just stats. It can't just be stats, because if it's just stats, Messi had better stats than Ronaldo. He won a Liga. All right, didn't win Champions League like Ronaldo, and Ronaldo got it. Yeah, but with Mount, he's brought a team that really just about gets top 4. All right, should really get top 4. Right, we won the FA Cup and beat City, arguably the best team in the country, the champions. You've gone in the Champions League. You've knocked out everything that's come in front of you, and he scored the winning goal.
Yeah, no, still no. Listen, I watched.
Why not?
Why this happens? Tuchel should get Manager of the Year if anything.
But what I'm saying, why do you say that, bro? Because
let me tell you, I watched Wesley Sneijder.
But listen. let me say before you say, yeah. Let me say before you say, right? Okay, but you're telling me you're gonna give it to an Mbappe who's just won a League One and bagged goals, a Lewandowski who's just won a Bundesliga, all right? Who's a complete player, and you're gonna give it to Neymar who's just bagged goals, bruv, and won a league title. How is that? How and our Haaland?
I gotta love this dedication.
Right, hold on. How can you give it to those 4 players when you've got a Money Mace who's just turned 22, bruv? Yeah, who's won Champions League, bro. Right? His first time playing Champions League, yeah. His first goal in Champions League was a clutch goal moment, right? All right, and he's got a top 4 and 1 in FA Cup. Nah, man, I don't want to hear it.
Hold on. Let me entertain you, Johnny. I'm gonna entertain you, Johnny. Wesley Sneijder won a fucking treble.
He's got 8 goals.
Got to the semi. He won a treble and got to the finals of the World Cup as the best player on every team.
Yeah, Who won it? Who won it though?
Messi. Yeah, because he's flipping Messi.
Yeah, but because
now you got to think about it as well. Mason Mount doesn't fit the name.
Messi and Ronaldo were
this conversation.
If Messi and Ronaldo were the players of 2 years ago, there's no debate. No one's getting it except one of them two. All right, regardless.
I would still pick Messi over Mason.
No. You can't pick Messi or Ronaldo this year. You cannot pick them this year.
Why can't you pick Messi?
No, man. What have they achieved? What have they achieved this year?
That's a fair
point. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous to give it to Messi. Messi's won up. He's got a whole closet full of them. You don't need no more. Give it to Mason Mount now. He deserves
it. Johnny, you came on here to drop a Johnny bomb, didn't you? Let's be honest. You only come on here to drop a Johnny bomb.
The Johnny special right up for us, served hot.
You got to think about it.
Take it how you like it. Take it how you like it. Silver Johnny, just like the Ballon d'Or. Gold and silver.
You got to think about it as well. Mount, he's a boy that came from Portsmouth, and he's been in the Chelsea academy, and he's not a big name like that. You got to think about it as well. They'll probably want to give it to someone.
Right,
like
so
that's why they kept going for Messi and Ronaldo.
Ryan, because he's not Brazilian and his name's not Mountino, right?
Exactly.
His name's Mountino. What a player! What a wonderful player! This player.
That's not why.
Yeah, it is. If he's not, because he's English, Lampard got robbed. Lampard got robbed by Ronaldinho, bruv. Let's have it right, yeah. I'll tell you why he got robbed. All right, he had more goals, more assists. He won titles, yeah. All right, and the only reason Ronaldinho got that award was because the goal he scored against us in the Champions League. That was the only reason.
1 second, sorry, the super chat. Big up, Gohan again, saying Johnny, I always hear that we have the best young English player in our squad, but I'm confused because Foden plays for City. What's your thoughts?
Foden ain't got the minerals, go AM, bruv. But Foden is not. He's not a player you rely on. He's not a clutch player. He's not.
It's not like Man City look different when they don't have Foden in that side.
They look the same.
They look the same. Yes.
Foden back to Iceland.
But Ryan's falling into
Johnny, I genuinely think you should send a letter to UEFA pleading for Mason Mount.
Put the Lawrence comment.
Is Platini out now? Is Platini out?
Platini, sign a petition, man.
Is Platini out now? Because if he's out, we got a chance.
I think so. I think he's not there anymore.
Johnny, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it, Wayne.
Has Mount come in and asked you to be his agent now?
No, man. No. He's got his old man for that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think you're being
Listen, all I want from Mount, is just a little bit of just a thank you. Cheers, Johnny, man, because I'm fighting. I fought hard, man. I fought hard.
The day you get a photo of Mount after a game is going to be the biggest day of life.
Yeah, mate. Just have Money Mace follow the MM hype. I'm 2 follows off 500. We're going strong. We're moving. We got numbers.
Yeah, he must. Someone must have told him.
What's that? Someone must have what?
Someone must have told him who you are.
At least. But if you want Mason Mount to be sure who you are, you have to drop a face behind that voice too.
I blame Kazi and Mike for all of this, man.
Listen, if we go Champions League final, and we're doing a watch along, then let's talk.
Yeah, Champions League final.
It's a discussion anyway. It's a discussion.
Oh,
No,
watch
it's
along for the
happening.
Champions League
Johnny,
final.
it's happening.
You're actually thinking about getting a bally to that watch along.
Yeah, I might get a stony
Oh
belly.
my days! Imagine that. Oh, that would be. And the game will probably be on YouTube as well, type BT Sports. So that actually live. Imagine the comments if we score a last minute goal. Oh my days!
We got to do an actual where we're all together. I want to be together. I want us to be together, though, man.
Yeah, got what's up.
Saying Marcus Alonso for the Ballon d'Or. Big up the panel. That one, no.
He knows.
Oh my! I'm trying to even find a funny way around that, but that would just disgust me.
Classic will love that.
Fam, Daniel, yeah.
Clasref would love that.
Oh yeah,
Classic
left
will
forward.
love that.
Wait, where did he put Marcus Alonso? Left forward.
Bro, can you imagine if Mason Mount wins Ballon d'Or, bro? Can you imagine?
I can't imagine what you're going to be like if Mount wins.
Oh my god, I'll be like, I told you so. I told you.
You'll be overly gassed.
Oh, you'll never hit the end. That'll be the profile pick. That'll be everything, man. That'll be on the
We don't, Johnny, we don't hear the end now.
Listen. You know who I blame for all of this, man? Daniel. I blame flipping Kazi and Mike's because they said Mount was average, and that just fueled Johnny up to have this.
That's what did it.
Oh,
oh my days, fam. You know what's mad though? Do you guys see what Tuchel versus the Porto manager at the end?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, was that the
Yeah,
hand?
what was that? What
He
was
didn't
that
shake his hand. That was funny.
I saw an article
He was arguing with him.
He's just in his feelings.
The Porto
He was letting him know that.
manager.
What was it?
The Porto manager said that he was insulting him.
Yeah,
Nah, he went up to him, didn't shake his hand.
Because they were insulting the entire Chelsea bench the entire way through the second leg. Like they were cussing them out in Spanish and everything. I'm trying to get the article up because I saw it a few hours ago, but I can't think.
I didn't see what happens. What happens?
Like basically,
It was the
Tuchel went up
penalty.
to
It was the penalty shout.
all I saw was at the end, he didn't shake the Porto manager's hands. Just went up to him. He
It was
didn't
the
shake
penalty
his
shout at the end.
And you know what? I'm gonna call out. I'm calling out Alex Goldberg, bruv. You know what I mean? If he's a Money Mace Hive gang, yeah, right. And Money Mace follows him. That come and join the Hive, bruv. I've asked you a few times. You don't want to join the Hive. Fair play, man.
Yeah.
Get your stocks in. Stocks are rising. They are rising.
Johnny, one sec. Yeah, Telegraph Sport revealed that Porto went to massive lengths to wind up Tuchel, the Chelsea players and staff, which resulted in tempers splitting over at the end of the match. Chelsea players and staff faced Portuguese swear words and slander the entire time. Apparently, some of the worst behaviour long-serving officials and staff members can remember facing at a game in Europe or in England. Porto could yet face a UEFA investigation over the stuff they were saying and their dirty tricks. And that's why Tuchel clashed with Conchal at the final whistle when players from Chelsea and Porto squared up with goalkeeper Edouard Mendy restraining Rudiger. What's that page? On set. Porto looked to wind up the English club at every opportunity during the second leg of the quarter-final, with Tuchel, his coaching staff and Chelsea subs receiving verbal abuse and goading throughout from Porto's officials around the dugout area. Chelsea staff were confronted every time there was a 50-50. What else? Players and staff who were asked for shirts by Porto players at the end of the game received verbal abuse when they asked to wait until they were in the tunnel, and then that's what contributed to on-pitch clashes after the game as well. If they're saying this thing happens all the time, but Porto really went and overdid it with the stuff that they were saying, which is why there was so much argument and shit at the end.
Was it racist? Were they being racist?
No, not racist. They were calling just
no
racist and shit like that.
Right.
It was literally just constant
as far as I know.
in 90 minutes.
Yeah. Touchline argument.
As far as I know,
if he's gonna cry because his hand didn't get shook at the end of the match, then that's on him, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. Would you shake his hand? I wouldn't shake his hand.
I don't even know what he's bitching about. All the shit you're saying over 2 legs, and you're gonna cry because a man don't shake your hand after beating you.
Yeah.
Like what?
Pathetic. Schoolboy stuff.
They were just chatting shit and it didn't work out. The players heard it as well because there's no.
It's mind games, basically, Lewis. They try to play a mind game with us in that game.
I love it. I love the fact that Tuchel don't have any of it. He's a no-nonsense guy, man. He's a no-nonsense guy.
He didn't have to shake the guy's hand. That's why they were beefing the whole time. Fuck him. I don't care.
Yeah, we don't give a toss, mate. They're rubbish anyway. We've done them. Done them like a kipper. Both legs, really.
And they tried to injure Christian Pulisic, man. 11 fouls.
All of them are a bunch of dogs and dirty ass
I don't even think they were trying to injure him. I just think he was that good.
No,
Like,
they were trying.
11 fouls.
It was also him trying to draw fouls a bit.
Nah,
They were
throwing fouls.
throwing hands everywhere. They were throwing hands everywhere.
There was times I was even getting annoyed at Pulisic.
If Chelsea touched one of them up,
release the ball.
they'd just go down.
Otavio was he was the worst player. Absolute. The word I want to use, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
He just got put in Reece James' back pocket as usual.
Oh, Reece wound that guy up, man. Wound him up. The guy was so vexed. It was crazy. He actually left Reece in the second half, didn't he? He had to switch sides or whatever. He couldn't take it anymore. He was just getting bulldozed every time. What a G, Reece James, man.
I like Reece James.
Yeah.
Before I forget, guys, if you haven't done so yet, smash that like button for Lewis.
Already been there, bro.
Subscribe to his channel. Support him as everything you can do, okay? And like my boy Alex just said, if you haven't done so, go on Megastore, 10% off right now.
I went yesterday before the match, so I appreciate you letting me know, but we're already sorted.
Nice. So if you haven't done, guys, go and do that. Support everyone. Go on there, subscribe on everyone's channels and all their socials. And
is that online?
Support everyone.
Wait, is that online?
It's free. It's easy. Yeah. Go and do it.
No, there might be sales online, but it's not the 70% sale. And if you ain't gone there, go there quick because they're running out of shirts. So you might as well go there now. This was Vapor and it was 25 quid.
Are you taking the piss?
That's 25 quid, 20 quid for normal stadium value.
I might go there now.
Listen,
bro, how close are you to the bridge? It's an hour before it closes.
Listen, I've got
about an hour away.
I've got a 1997 FA.
Bro, I'm 36 hours away.
Listen, I got a 1997 FA Cup shirt with Di Matteo on the back, right? Yeah, and the badge, the left Premier League badge. I don't know why they put it on wrong, man. All these years, I've never noticed it. So I need to go back there and get them to sort it out.
Put it wrong.
They put it wrong, like they put it too high, man.
Ooh.
They actually, like, whoever did it, they put it too high. So I don't know how. Can you even get them off? I don't know.
Right. That's £28.
Yeah,
I might go tomorrow.
I need to see.
Online as well.
It's about getting it out without it leaving a mark. That's the problem.
Yeah, I might go down there tomorrow. You know,
bro, 70% off all clothing. Like some of the deals they have there is fucking ridiculous. It's mad.
The thing is,
I can't even get
there. When he got, he's one person. He hates Werner, but ended up going and getting a Werner top.
Why?
And then posted sending pictures.
Do they do express shipping to Australia?
No.
I'm not sure.
You can do it online, but I don't think they have the 70% deal on there. I think they just have a regular deal. So you have to check that one.
Are you talking like track suits and bottoms and
all clothing at the Megastore is 70% off.
Is it decent though? Is it decent stuff, Lewis? Like,
where's it?
Training gear, kits, some of the like other
training stuff,
well.
all the training stuff, isn't it?
All the training stuff. Everything 70% is mad.
Wow.
Oh shit! You went and got mount on the back. Fair enough, man. I saw a picture of getting on the back of my shirts.
I'm getting mount, bro. I'm getting mount. Yeah.
I still need to get another one.
You've got to come on again soon, mate. You've got to come back on there.
If we go to the final. What was that?
So we need to get Alex back on there soon.
Yeah, Alex, man. It's been too long since we've heard you on here. You got to jump on, bro. It's been way too long. Let me know whatever day is good for you. I think tomorrow we'll back a Timo Werner discussion.
Getting it signed Tuesday. How's he getting it signed on Tuesday? Big up to you, bro.
Signed? What? Yeah, no, because I know how he's getting it signed on Tuesday. I know how he's getting it signed. I won't say it on camera, but I'll tell you off camera.
Nice.
So speaking of, I've got to head off to Flawless's channel. Big up everyone who's been locked in from start to finish. Big up everyone who's been a part of the discussion. We'll be here tomorrow for if there's no news, we'll do a discussion on Timo Werner because I feel that's a good point for us to start talking about him as well because he hasn't started yet another game. So it'll be a good point to talk about him then. But we'll see you guys tomorrow for another live stream. We'll figure out what we're talking about. Smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. Big up everyone who's been locked in from start to finish. Take care. And seeing as we've had the discussion for so long, we'll leave you with a photo of Mason Mount. So take care, like and subscribe. And as always, up the shells.